Yo, what's up guys, the best guys here, back with another video. Today we're at 6,797 trophies. We're currently 537th in the world right now. And of course, the Goblin drill has been released from the challenge. It's currently 21 days, 5 hours left in the season. And this video is primarily showcasing why Goblin drill is so broken, guys. One of the reasons why it's so broken is because it always gets damage on their tower, and it's so insane for 4 elixir. It's really hard to defend, and it just gets too much value on offense basically by itself. Anyways, I'll show you some replays why it's pretty broken in my opinion. Let's go into this replay here against Rascal's Prince bait deck. It's very popular, and is an actual deck that's been in a game for a very long time. Against this deck here, I just copy and paste from a bunch of pro players today, and you'll see guys why it's so broken. Sure, I knew he was playing log bait, so I went in aggressive because I know that he can't really punish me there, because it's really difficult for log bait players to defend the drill. Here in this hand here is really bad. Like, I have no good cards to counter it, guys. I have to wait for my log, and look at that. Even though, let's go back here. See, my log did not kill the drill. Even though it was at really very low HP, it just has too much HP, guys. That was a really nice princess by him. The reason why this deck works so well is because you have the Valkyrie to counter other Goblin drill players, and you have the Firecracker to snipe at whatever your opponent's playing, so you can't really create a big counter push. And the Tesla's there to help control on defense. It has a really bad Firecracker here. And at this point, I thought I was going to lose 100%, but I ended up making a comeback because the drill is so broken. It just gets so much damage no matter what you do, guys. Okay, it's going with the princess. I'm just going to Tesla that. That's kind of late. Like, even though you try to catch it with a Valkyrie or Dark Prince, Bomber, Rogue Ghost, whatever you name it, guys, it's always going to get damage without a doubt. And here I just pre-fireballed his Goblin gang. Forced out a log in and got like 2 stabs in. It was actually a nice Valkyrie to save my Firecracker. Went for a Goblin drill here. And Prince is not even a good counter there. I'll go in for a log here, guys. And a Firecracker to help kill that Rascal and our Prince. And at this point, I knew that I couldn't defend that Goblin drill, so I had to go in with my own. And what's so crazy to me is that even though he plays his Goblin gang behind his tower, my drill basically brings it down to fireball log range. Here my opponent should have went super aggressive at the bridge or in the pocket, because I had to use a fireball there, but I decided not to. And I found out that the best way to defend a drill, is to wait to see where it pops up, and then you play your Valkyrie next to it, or whatever tank next to it, because if you try to predict it like a miner and you miss, it's basically half your tower gone. So you don't want to try to predict it, you just want to wait for it to come down and then play your troops. I went for a nice Tesla here, guarding my tower. I think he went for an aggressive rocket. I disagree if he went for a rocket. I'm just going to log this princess because okay, he goes in with a rocket, so I'm just going aggressive here, guys. And basically can't defend. Like, he has no good answer to it. You know, he has Rascals and Prince. Yeah, he had to wait for his log. Even though, let's rewind that, guys. Here, he logs it. Look how much health the drill has right now before the log hits. You think that the log will just kill the drill, right? But it just has too much HP, guys. Too much HP. Survives. Goblins get a stab in. That's basically a good game here. And it's all because he didn't have any answers, any good answers, any good splash for my Goblin drill. And it's so sad. I'm hoping that Supercell will nerf the card, or at least balance it out, because it's super broken right now. Anyways, I'll hop into the next match here. You just basically play it first play, because it's not even, you can't even get punished for playing Goblin Drill, because your opponent's going to spend them out to save an elixir, try to defend it, and you're always going to get damage. Okay, he's going with Dark Prince. You always want to wait for the drill to pop up and then play your defense. I'm just going to go for a Tesla here. And it's so sad, guys. He has Logvate. If you're playing Classic Logvate against any Goblin Drill deck, you're not going to be able to defend it at all. It's always going to get some chip damage and chip damage and chip damage. If you do make one mistake against it, it's basically your tower. If they pair it with like a fireball, arrows, zap, or any spell with the Goblin Drill, it just knocks back your troops, kills your troops trying to defend it, and it gets so much value. Here, I went aggressive here because I knew that Cracker would still survive. And look at his hand, guys. You just pause it here. He just has Zap. And he could have fireballed that, but he chose not to. It's just because there's very few answers that fully counter the Goblin Drill. That's why it's so broken. It just has too much HP. It's always guaranteed damage because that first Goblin spawns right away. If you play in the front, it's always going to lock onto your tower. So anyways, I'm just going for an Iceberg here and a Goblin Drill. And Firecracker. I got so much damage there, even though he played his Dark Prince with the and he had a King Tower activation. Here I just wait again, play my Valkyrie. Very nice here. I went for Cracker here to try to kill that Dark Prince, as well as the Skeletons distract the Tesla. So my Valkyrie survives. I go in for another drill, guys, and go in for an Ice Spirit. Went for a Firecracker here to clean everything up, also get chip damage. Gets one more hit. And that's basically a good game here. That's Fireball and Log. That's a win there. I don't like playing this deck at all, guys, but it is what it is. I'm trying to learn the best ways to counter it, in the future. And it's really rough. I'm trying to find a good matchup here. I'm going to show you guys. Let's go with Bridge Spam. This deck is an immediate hard counter to Bridge Spam. Because you have a cheap cycle, a Valkyrie for your Royal Ghost, and basically you can alternate using Tesla or Goblin Drill against our P.E.K.K.A. and Balram. So you basically have two buildings to defend. And look at that. That rogue ghost couldn't even defend that. And that's so sad, guys. And this is crazy. I'm just gonna go with skeletons like this. Luckily, it didn't zap, so that was good for us. I'm going for aggressive firecracker here, because I know it'll force out troops. Yeah, force out a magic archer. And I can log it back. I went for nice spirit Tesla here, guys. Went for skeletons to protect my Tesla longer. And look at that. Basically, he's going to have a hard time defending our Goblin Trail here, because I know our Rogue Ghost cannot fully defend. He has to go with like an Electro Wizard, Zap, Bandit, all that stuff. And if you try to over defend it, guys, you're just going to give your opponent so much value, fireball value like that. And that's why the card's so broken. Because it requires more answers, and it makes your opponent overcommit more elixir and giving you more value. Here I'm just going to go for Tesla. No, Firecracker in the back. And I decided to play my Goblin Trail on offense, test it out, you know, guys. And I'm going to fireball this. Magic Archer there. And look at that. Not bad of a counter. For Skeletons here to force out an answer. Here goes Royal Ghost. From Valkyrie like that. I went for a Firecracker in case he wanted to go with a Magic Archer, but did not. And I think I went for another drill on offense here, on defense, I mean, for that bandit. I'm going to fireball this Magic Archer. Since the Firecracker is there, it's going to require his Electro Wizard to come out of his hand. I'm just going for Valkyrie low. I'm going to log everything back. That was a really nice fireball there, hitting our Tesla. But you'll see why British PM can't break through whatsoever here. I think we went for a Valkyrie in the back here. Cycle to Tesla. They went with the Firecracker in the front. Yep. I could have logged that Magic Archer, but I wasn't sure the Firecracker was going to shoot at it. Even though he went for a Bandit and Electro Wizard, the Electro Wizard almost dies, guys. It almost died. That's why it's so broken. The card's so broken. I just went for a lock here just in case. Here I decided to play defense. That was a really nice roll of Ghost by him. Went for a Valkyrie, went for another drill here. Now it's actually a bad Tesla because it didn't pull the P.E.K.K.A. I went for a log. And actually got pretty close here, to be honest. Kind of made a few mistakes here. Yeah, it's hard solo. I decided to play defense here, guys. It got really close. But not really, though. It's crazy how it can fully defend a P.E.K.K.A. And that's GG. Last second there, all the goblins surrounding the P.E.K.K.A. That's just so unfortunate for them. You know, I played horrible towards the end there. Here I'm going to show against a nice minor mortar bait deck. It's really better than a Goblin Drill in my opinion because it's much more original and takes much more skill than Goblin Drill, guys. Look at that. Even with goblins, it just does so much damage, like almost 1,000 damage. to his tower. I think I went for a defensive Tesla here. Yep. If you go with an Ice Spirit, guys, in a late log, you actually defend the Goblin Drill pretty cheap there because Ice Spirit slows down the Goblin and allows the tower to bring down the Drill's health down so you can log it. Here he goes for a King Tower activation, guys, and basically the King Tower activation is not going to help whatsoever. Because it's going to be focused on hitting the drill while the first Goblin's going to get chip damage all the time. So one Goblin comes out, Ice Spirit helps out, and look at that. He decides to ignore it. He didn't have any good answers for my Tesla, so the Tesla was able to kill the mortar. Went for log here. Forced out his log. That was actually bad skeletons. And since I played my skeletons so poorly, he's going to get so much damage. I was forced to fireball here. And we're about even on damage. He could have went aggressive with this cannon cart. Super Goblins up into play. But he decides to go the cannon cart in the back. And let's go with a Goblin Drill here. For skeletons, distract the mortar. Going for Valkyrie. And look at that. That was a really bad log because, of course, that was too much HP. Basically, he couldn't even defend that. That's so sad, guys. He had my tower, but he couldn't defend that one single Goblin Drill. I went for skeletons here, so we're going to take too much damage from that cannon cart. And here I'm just always waiting for it to pop out first to play my Valkyrie. I'm just going for Goblin Drill plus a Firecracker because I know he has bait cards. Firecracker can one-shot bait cards. I felt bad when he had a minion horde there because my deck pretty counters minion horde. And for a log here, make sure that cannon cart died. And for Tesla, just in case you want to play something in the middle. Yep, I kind of predicted his cannon cart there. One for Valkyrie. And again, went with Firecracker and Goblin Drill. And that's so sad, guys. Look at that. Since it requires a full main horde and doesn't even... And it still gets damage. That's just insane. And for another Tesla. Wait for it to pop out and I play my Valkyrie here. One for skeletons, try to kill that faster. And for another drill, no, I know he's expecting my Firecracker, so I'm not going to play it. One for prediction fireball, and he still has to respawn. And he actually, at this point, just gives up. Because, he knows that there's no way he could get damage at all, because I have fireball and Firecracker for his main horde. Skeletons and log Valkyrie for his bait cards, basically. Yeah, that's about it. That's pretty unfortunate. Just an unfortunate card overall, guys. If you're playing log bait, it's super hard to defend it. Because it's always going to get damage, as you can see. And it should at least get a nerf like first Goblin spawn nerf. So you can actually catch the Goblin. So you can actually defend it. And it should have less HP. The number of Goblins that comes out of it should be reduced at least by like 2 or 1. And yeah. Hopefully the meta is slowly being revolved around it. And I don't like it at all. Can't use log bait whatsoever. Really unfortunate. You always use some crazy deck like this. Or a crazy counter deck to this like a Golem Goblin Drill or Lava Hound Goblin Drill. I don't like it at all. And you see why that. Hopefully something will happen. Hopefully Supercell will change this. I hope you guys can understand. Hope you guys enjoy this video. See you guys later. Bye, guys.